For Abby Wambach and the Flash, there's no place like home. Undefeated in Western New York since April, home for the final game of the season tonight. Portland may need everything in its arsenal, including star striker Alex Morgan, who hasn't played in weeks, to claim the title. The championship is on the line. Next.
Last week, the stars aligned for Portland as they overcame an early 2-goal deficit. Then, they stole the win in overtime.
Long gets the shot away and scores! Allie Long in overtime produces the improbable comeback.
For Western New York, the script was completely reversed as they dominated en route to a 2-goal victory.
Header there leads to the goal. Carly Lloyd again against Sky Blue FC. Looking to finish and does! Carly Lloyd!
Tonight, two teams taking different paths intersect on the way to the first NWSL final. Next.
My goodness! Let's go!
Having not practiced all week, a decision is made to start Tobin Heath anyway. Nothing to save her for. An injury to the star midfielder did not prevent Portland from pulling off late magic in the semifinals a week ago. Allie Long's goal in the 103rd minute fueled the comeback versus FC Kansas City. But against the hottest team in the league, will it take a near-perfect effort to claim the trophy, considering that Carly Lloyd and the Flash have been unbeatable literally since July 11th? Lloyd scored twice in the semifinals last week. And in this city that has become accustomed to championships, Sahlen Stadium in Rochester is the setting for tonight's NWSL title game as the Western New York Flash host Portland Thorns FC. Good evening, everybody, from Rochester, and welcome to the championship match. Alongside Kendra D. St. Aubin, I'm Steve Cangelosi. There's a trophy in the house. Are these the two best teams that will fight for it tonight?
Well, it's been an interesting road to the championship. At the end of the regular season, we had 3 teams tied atop the league in first place, but the 2 best teams are here tonight because they won when it counted. They were a single elimination last week, and they got the W's.
Kendra, the Flash are at home. How big of an advantage is that?
It's a huge advantage. They have the best home record. They have not lost on this field since April. Only 3 teams have earned a point on this field, but one of those teams, the Portland Thorns, and they own the best road record in the league.
The excitement builds here at Sahlen Stadium. The 3rd member of our team is watching from field level. That's Kate Margraf. Kate, where on the field will this game be won tonight?
This game will be decided in the midfield. Both coaches are coming out in a 4-5-1, and both coaches have asked their midfield to help prevent service into the opponent's attacking personalities. They'll do this 2 ways. 1, pressure on the ball. Limit setup play. Don't make them comfortable. And 2, sit in those passing channels. Close up those passing lanes, and that'll limit the amount of service the attacking personalities see. And secondly, the midfielders that can get composed on the ball, find the gaps, turn, dribble, and hit diagonal balls will unlock the opponent's defense.
Starting lineups are on the field tonight, and we're moments away from first kick. The starting lineups when we come back. The Western New York Flash and Portland Thorns FC play for it all. For this first season of NWSL, underway tonight in Rochester, and Tobin Heath with her first touch of the ball. Portland in the visiting white. The Western New York Flash donning its home red uniform this evening. Star power at the striker position, yes, but each of these teams has been so good defensively, Kendra.
Well, and we talk about the firepower on the offense, but you're right. The 2 back lines for this team, they've also played the most minutes out of their entire roster. Barely on each side, either defender barely stepping off the pitch the entire season. Just racking up the minutes.
Angie Kerr with the throw-in for Tobin Heath. This will go Western New York's way.
That shows you not just how solid they are, but how durable they are as well. It's tough to stay healthy in a long season.
Western New York Flash arrived home from their draw at Boston August 3rd. The team has not had to travel since. That's 28 days of training at home, sleeping in your own bed. They are ready for this final assignment tonight. Played ahead by Marion Doherty. Number 2, the right back for Portland. Lloyd with the flick for Wambach. Abby trying to get on this. Kat Williamson back and played well by LeBlanc.
And this field much wider than the one that Portland played on last week with Kansas City, so I hope they take advantage of that.
Big reason that Western New York feels it has an advantage in any home game. They have a wonderful group of fans here, and they've come out in full force here tonight. The stadium is packed, but the width of the field is tailor-made to the way they like to play. Those crosses for Abby Wambach, victimizing the opponent so many times. Highest scoring team in the league this year. Samantha Kerr, far side. The 19-year-old having a wonderful year in Western New York. Allie Long for Portland, fouled by Carly Lloyd.
And Carly Lloyd maybe just coming in a little bit hard from behind on that one. Just tripped up Allie Long as she's playing it back to her teammate in the defensive third of the field. And look at that, she kind of stepped around her and then looked like she kind of stepped on her left foot there.
Sinclair trying to get on this. It comes to A.D. French. Going over the top for Sinclair. As Kate Margraf told you, each team starts out with the alignment of a lone striker up top. Wambach, of course, on one end, Sinclair on the other. Those 38 goals, look at the contribution of Wambach and Lloyd. And remember, Kendra, they were denied that third U.S. allocated player, but look at the 2 they had.
Well, and Lloyd missed several games as well, so talk about the contribution from her not even playing in all 23 games of the regular season, plus the playoff game last weekend. The crowd likes that one. They didn't like that she stepped forward 10 extra feet for that throw-in. They're into it already.
That's Doherty. Sinclair fouled from behind by Angela Sahlen. Christine Sinclair, age 30, 8 goals and 2 assists. 10 times the Canadian Player of the Year. Marion Doherty, free kick for Portland. Opening moments at Rochester. Drops in the 18, and French is there. Adriana French started every game this season for her team. Karina LeBlanc all but one on the other end. Salem in the midfield for Western New York.
Travel, Huff, travel!
Sarah Huffman stepping up. She's playing for the injured Alex Sahlen at left back. Long in the midfield for Portland. Drops this back for Nikki Marshall. Under pressure and a near giveaway. Cleaned up by Rachel Bueller.
And I guarantee right now Bueller's calming down her back line, saying, hey, no big deal. We got out of that one unscathed, but let's not make that mistake again.
It's the Flash that produced the clean sheet in the victory last week. But Bueller and Portland, keep in mind, shut down FC Kansas City for the final 95 minutes of what turned out to be a 120-minute event.
Well, we've talked about how strong their defense is, but honestly, I think last weekend just came down to a battle of wills shutting down that Kansas City offense that looked so offensive-minded and powerful in the first half of that game. Somehow, it was a battle of wills. We saw the huddles at the halftime going in after that Tobin Heath goal, and then of course in overtime at the end of regulation, and Portland was just fired up to win that game.
What Cindy Parlow-Cone just loved about the comeback, they chose to fight with the coach's words. Players, even down 2, were clapping, saying, we got this, we're okay, we can do this. And this young woman was tremendous as time wore on. LeBlanc wound up making 10 saves in that victory. Hard collision in the Portland area. Wambach in the middle of it all. Collected by Long to Doherty. Angie Kerr.
You can see Kerr looking up the line when she sees that ball coming in. No one really sliding over and making a run down the line in any of those gaps right now.
She was so underrated in that victory a week ago. Three goals scored and a comeback on the road. None of them from Sinclair or Morgan, who did not play. Settled down by Mana Shim in the Portland midfield. Long, the hero from a week ago. The head-to-head series, 2 meetings this year, a pair of draws. The August 10th scoreless draw, each team in the aftermath said that was a very busy part of the schedule. They were somewhat fatigued.
And also Alex Morgan was missing for that game as well. She was injured, of course, I believe it was August 7th with the knee sprain, the MCL. Not starting tonight, but head coach Cindy Parlow-Cohn said she will play a significant role in this game. So we'll see if it depends on what the score is and when she might step on the field.
Deflected away. This is well played by Portland. It's off the on-rushing Carly Lloyd, and it goes for a goal kick. Cindy Parlow-Cohn was actually telling us, had circumstances been different last week, and Cindy has been forcing us to read between the lines a lot in the lead up to this game. She's been somewhat secretive, but she made it sound as if, had they been trailing very late in regulation time, Alex Morgan likely would have been on the field.
Well, and she didn't sit down the entire second half over the overtime. She was warming up the entire time. And I guarantee she wanted to be on the field, and she wanted to be ready if her name was called.
Flag stays down. Wambach trying to get on this, and just able to snatch it away is LeBlanc.
What a fun matchup that is. LeBlanc coming off her line, and Abby Wambach coming in with her head, the most dangerous part of her body when she's trying to score those goals.
Usually not the keeper that's giving up the size advantage in that situation. Lloyd. Some contact from behind by Shim, and now a hard foul in the midfield. Angela Sahlen tripped up Allie Long, but it's Wambach who remains down.
Well, there was a little bit of a scuffle there as well after the play continued to move on. Some feistiness early on in this game between Allie Long and Angela Sahlen in the middle of the field after the ball had moved on. And of course, Wambach went down and was fouled, but you can see Salem's face right there. She's not happy about something. Look at this play right here. She continues to go for it. And then it was after this point right here. This is going to be a feisty one. This could be a good one. As long as it stays clean, I'm all for that aggressive play. Both these teams really want this win.
National teammates, Bueller-Wambach, matched against each other. Kerr in the 18-yard box. Nikki Marshall defends it well for Portland. Angie Kerr near side. It's a good ball up the flank. Sinclair trying to get on this. Little bit of contact, gets away from Johnson. Sinclair gets the cross away. And coming in late was Tobin Heath.
I absolutely love that ball, and I love that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Kerr held the ball just enough time to get Sinclair in behind. I thought it was a good shoulder-to-shoulder matchup there. Just not enough strength by Johnson on that one.
Up the center of the field, Carly Lloyd goes for goal and just wide. Well, she saw something in where Karina LeBlanc came off the line. That was more dangerous than it needed to be.
Well, and Carly Lloyd will shoot the ball from anywhere. You're right, she probably took a little look here, a little glance, put a little bit more under it than maybe she usually would. And LeBlanc knew she maybe could be caught off guard, had to make a diving save just in case.
How do you explain this season for Carly? 10 goals, no assists.
Well, she likes to shoot. I think we've learned that, and there's a reason why Abby has so many assists with her goals. She likes to play make up top. It's just a very different style. Abby draws a lot of attention up top. She knows somebody's going to be open. She gets those assists, and Carly likes to shoot. It's score first with her in that mentality.
Here's Taylor out of the back. Over the top. Wambach. It's defended away by Doherty. Abby lets it go. This is a deep throw-in for the Flash. Huffman's pass. Intercepted. They play it quickly to Sinclair.
And again, take a look at where Nikki Marshall is, the left back for Portland. She's just getting the ball at her feet right now, but she is pushing really high, and Bueller slides over into that left outside back position.
Bueller down the left flank. Foxhoven battling here in the corner. She's tangled up. Waiting for the signal from Carrie Seitz, and yes, this will be a goal kick. NWSLsoccer.com provides fans with the latest news, scores, and information on all your favorite players and clubs. Visit NWSLsoccer.com today. As the league's inaugural season concludes with this championship tonight, so glad you've joined us on Fox Sports. French. Lloyd got it away from Angie Kerr. Defended away by Doherty. Adriana. Tobin Heath stepping up and commits the foul here for Portland.
Yes off, yes off, yes off. All right, all right.
Just a nice little move there by Adriana. I think she faked Tobin Heath. And here's that dead ball. The dangerous dead ball from Taylor.
Taylor again. Into the 18. It bounces straight to LeBlanc.
Low and driven like that, head height pretty much. All Abby has to do is barely get a hair on that ball, and it may be just enough to throw LeBlanc off.
Here's Aaron Lyons. We've peaked at the right time, were his words when we spoke with the coach yesterday. With that said, it comes down to 90 minutes. Hired in 2009 and vying for what would be a 4th consecutive championship in 4 different leagues.
I loved what he said yesterday. He said he believes in the strength of this group and the character of this locker room. One of the best teams he's ever had as far as veteran leadership.
Well played out wide. Heath able to pick up Doherty. Marion Doherty gets it in, headed away, and a save by French. Christine Sinclair nearly giving her club the lead.
It could be like this all night long on both ends because, as Kate said earlier, those services in are going to be so important with Abby Wambach and Sinclair being able to get their head on, and what a save by French on that one. Doherty with a beautiful ball in, right on target. You saw Sinclair's face there like, ooh, I just missed.
Second corner, Heath. Curls it away, and reaching up for it is French. Well, we speak a lot about the goal-scoring prowess of Abby Wambach, who has 160 internationally. It is Sinclair for Canada that has 145 and may be the woman with the best shot to catch her someday. Obviously, the gray area is Wambach is still playing and figures to play for some time. Sinclair, for the record, is 3 years younger.
She is the Abby Wambach of Canada, basically, and she's become more recognizable. I mean, even when they got off the bus here today, everybody was yelling Sinclair's name. I didn't hear a lot of Morgan. I didn't hear a lot of Heath. You heard a lot of Sinclair because I think she's become very recognizable this season as well.
We're not that far from the Canadian border, so some of those flags came down. We're talking about really one of the prominent athletes in the entire country.
And she's a quiet player. She's a very humble player. So, you know, maybe the notoriety thing for her isn't her cup of tea, but she's embracing that role as a role model.
Taken away by Sinclair. Off the foot of Johnson. Christine Sinclair gets the cross away. And blocked away by Brittany Taylor. Sahlen tried to go over the top for Wambach and it's taken instead by Bueller.
Just misplayed it on that one.
Mid-first half. The chess match continues, scoreless. There's been one great scoring chance for each side. Samantha Kerr hit a crossbar. Sinclair just missed on a header moments ago the other way. Well played. Sarah Huffman gets possession back. Doherty tripped up on the play. Foul against the Flash. Let's go downstairs. Kate Margraf. Kate.
Well, one thing you're noticing with Sinclair is how she's so willing to drop deep, and if she's not going to play in her teammates, she can take the ball herself because she's so strong physically, but she has such command of the ball on her touch with her turns. But as big as she is, she's quite agile. Look for her to continue to play a bigger and bigger presence and play her teammates in as the game goes on.
Estelle Johnson had difficulty twice. Picked up here by Portland. Quick shot, and it's just wide of goal, inexplicably missing from the far side.
And Nikki Marshall has yet to score a single goal this season. She was a forward back in her day at college, and she had her chance right here. Look at this ball, another dangerous dead ball. In over the top, a little bit of a flick, maybe one too many touches. She tried to get it down off her thigh and just misses wide. We know she has the ability to finish from her college days, that's for sure, playing in Colorado.
Adriana trying to get on this. Two defenders back. Adriana cuts it back, plays it across. Carly Lloyd in. The shot just goes wide. Each side inches away from taking a lead.
And both shots coming from the left side of the net and missing wide right. LeBlanc came out just enough to cut off that angle. And you could see the frustration on Carly Lloyd's face after this play. She is as wide open as it gets. Tries to just place it in by LeBlanc's foot and misses wide right, and we stay at 0-0. This is going to be a good one.
Doherty can't control. Wambach. Didn't get there in time. That's well played. Kat Williamson saves the corner. It's a throw-in instead for the Flash.
After an opportunity like that, LeBlanc is back there calming her back line down. She said she loves to see her teammates' faces after she makes a big save and loves to calm them down.
Heath plays it away.
She looks good to me so far. I'm not seeing any hesitation. She's running pretty well on that foot.
Here's Wambach. Able to get around Doherty. Abby Wambach still going. Plays it. Lloyd, and a save made by LeBlanc. Well constructed by Abby Wambach.
Well, and the referee clearly playing advantage there. She was keeping an eye on it because Abby Wambach looked like she got fouled. They had her hands wrapped around her waist, trying to pull her back here. Clearly a foul, but the referee holds her hands out, says play on. And again, she almost created another assist.
Here's Adriana.
Another look at that effort, and it would have been another Abby Wambach assist and a Carly Lloyd goal.
Allie Long controls for Portland. This has been very well played through 27 minutes. Very often a championship game can be something of a letdown. This does not have the look of a match like that, as it's a foul against Western New York and Catherine Reynolds. Free kick, Tobin Heath. Flicked ahead, Mana Shim drops here for Heath.
Shim getting in the mixer there. She's the short one, but she's not afraid to mix it up.
All of 5'4", but battling nevertheless. Didn't know how seriously to take Cindy Parlow-Cone yesterday when she said Heath doesn't need to train. I think it was tongue-in-cheek. I'm not sure.
Well, tongue-in-cheek, but we've seen her skill on the ball. Her technical ability is probably one of the best in the country for sure, if not the world. And she looks pretty good to me after having a week off. She's basically been riding a bike heading into this game, so.
Headed softly into the arms of A.D. Franch. Angie Kerr with the shot there. Wambach quick distribution. Adriana. Flag stays down. Carly Lloyd takes this into the 18. First touch a bit strong, and LeBlanc is there.
And you could see some of the Portland defenders raising their arms there for an offside, but it looked like Nikki Marshall on that far side kept Carly Lloyd on. Perfectly timed run by Lloyd on that one. Maybe too big of a touch. LeBlanc off her line. And you have to wonder, all these dead balls that they're giving up as we look at LeBlanc organizing things back there. When is Brittany Taylor going to put one in the mix there? And Western New York is going to get a goal.
Nothing seems to rattle her. Karina LeBlanc, always animated, usually with a smile. She's played so many big games, of course, for Canada. Four-time World Cup veteran, but this is Taylor once again.
Ooh, clearly mishit on that one. Just didn't strike it like we saw those previous dead balls.
Angela Sahlen for the Flash. Adriana, quick touch. Thought she had Samantha Kerr, but taken away. Angie Kerr back the other way for the Flash. For Portland, excuse me. Sahlen. Foul against the Flash as Sinclair is tripped up. Sinclair so far is getting the best when she's one-on-one against Estelle Johnson.
She's done a really good job of using her body, checking back to the ball, and shielding. And then you're right, playing back, maybe to Kerr, getting someone in, maybe back to Heath, and then making a run off that ball.
Inside, Huff.
Tobin Heath. And Franch is there. Her foot was stomped on a week ago by Desiree Scott of FC Kansas City. For a moment, it appeared it would be something very serious that would potentially knock her out of a final game. Her role turned inspirational in that comeback in the latter stages. She was in the huddle, very much part of that let's not give up motif that Portland had. Huffman back the other way for Western New York. Gets the cross away. Lloyd trying to get on a loose ball. That's well played by Allie Long.
You can see Abby holding her arms up on the back post on that one. She wanted Huffman to get more on that service, and she was wide open on that back post.
Yes, Adriana.
Huffman. Kerr drops this for Adriana. Adriana gives it a go, and it sails out of play. Let's go downstairs to Kate Margraf. Kate?
Well, two things that are interesting to me, and I think Western New York hasn't been as successful as they have been the second half of the season, is because Kerr and Adriana have switched sides and they're playing more defensively. They're not the traditional wingers like we're used to seeing almost in a 4-3-3. They're more playing like the 4-5-1, not attacking nearly as much. And secondly, on every single set piece, Sinclair is the dummy, and I can hear Coach Cohn yelling for Danielle Foxhoven, number 9, to make those runs, to get onto it for a chance for herself or flick it to Nikki Marshall running on behind.
Kate, that's a good point. And last week, Sinclair had really the savvy play so far of these playoffs on the dummy that led to that tying goal. We have a yellow card, Kendra, in the aftermath of that last dead ball.
And it looked like just a little bit of a grab there by Estelle Johnson. She gets the yellow card, another dead ball here for Portland on that last play, right in the middle of the field. Kind of a silly spot to commit a foul like that and get a yellow.
Tobin Heath into the arms once again of French. Well, we've played better than a third of the match. We're scoreless. If you're Portland on the road, are you in a good place right now?
I think you're in a great place because you're creating opportunities. Maybe they're not the possession-oriented team that we've seen so far. Really, it's been end-to-end, meaning it's been in the backs and in the forwarder. It's not a lot of midfield play. But if you're Portland, at least you're creating opportunities and you're forcing French to come off her line.
Wambach the throw in. Here's Huffman. Long gets it back from Monashim. Rachel Bueller, 34th minute. The championship match, scoreless in Rochester. Wambach. Bueller backtracking safely to Corinne LeBlanc in goal. As the league's exclusive charitable partner, the U.S. Soccer Foundation and NWSL have partnered in support of the Foundation's mission to enhance, assist, and grow the sport of soccer in the United States. For more info, visit ussoccerfoundation.org. Salem. Here's Taylor. The Flash, a team that's allowed just 1 goal in its last 7 games at home. A remarkable stretch defensively, a shutout streak that at its best was in excess of 530 minutes. Down the far side, flag goes up.
Maybe just a step too early on this run here. Look at a little bit of an overlapping run. Just a half a step offside. Linesman got it right on that one. Reynolds trying to come out of the back. We're going to see that a lot. You see the outside backs for the Western New York Flash trying to get forward and get in on the attack with Reynolds and Huffman.
There is that confidence with Taylor and Johnson in the middle. They've had that all season. There's no fear for those players being caught, is there?
And it also helps that they've pretty much played every single minute of every game. I mean, we tried to talk to Taylor yesterday about her stellar play this season, and she just wanted to give everybody else credit. She said that that group works as a unit. They succeed and they fail as a unit. There's no blame going around back there.
Taylor has the reputation as the yapper of the group. She'll vocally coordinate a lot of what they do defensively. Taken here by Portland. Played out wide. Marion Doherty. Sinclair gets on this. This time defended well by Estelle Johnson in space up the left flank. Adriana on the move for Western New York. Wambach. Wide left. Here's Abby, and her service sails surprisingly into the 9th row.
Unusual for her to mishit that ball with so much time and space, and a quick restart here for Portland as the Flash still jogging back.
Doherty, that's well played. Danielle Foxhoven, saved by A.D. French. And for the first-year goalkeeper, that's her big moment so far tonight.
And I honestly don't know if the Flash even knew that that ball was in play. What a tremendous job by the keeper off her line. A huge save on Foxhoven. Pretty much a one-on-one battle back there. She timed it perfectly. I think she made the save with her hands. Well done.
She emulated Brianna Scurry, A.D. French says. Wambach.
Check back.
We've seen those quick restarts by Portland before. We saw them score against Chicago in a very similar way. A cheeky ball by Tobin Heath over the top. And look at this ball. Look at the space first by Adriana on that play. That ball to Wambach. It just sails over the crossbar. Just a mishit by Wambach. But look at that quick restart. Right outside. Back into Sinclair.
Monashim in the midfield for Portland goes back for Rachel Bueller. Great chances for each side in this first half, but it remains a scoreless final in this 38th minute. Heath back for Allie Long, under pressure from Carly Lloyd.
And look at Abby tracking back. She's not afraid to come back and defend. Ooh, that's a dangerous, dangerous play there, I think.
Tobin Heath brought down on the play
Well, and Barzak, I'm sure she's not. She knows that Tobin Heath is playing on a little bit of a foot injury here and hasn't trained all week, and she really comes in pretty hard into that left angle, and she clearly goes through both calves to get to that ball and then pulls her jersey down.
You think it's a card on somebody.
I think that's a yellow, but I don't know. Kate maybe has a better shot at it. She's up close and personal down there on the sideline.
Foul called against the Flash here. It's Catherine Reynolds who's called, and a dangerous free kick coming up here for Portland. Tobin Heath sets it down. Sinclair is there, so is Doherty.
They're taking a lot of time with this one, really organizing with the three of them over the ball. Closest dead ball they've had yet tonight.
Tobin Heath with a drive, and she scores! A rocket by Heath in the game's 40th minute, and Portland takes the lead. My goodness.
What a hit by Heath. Maybe we found our answer right there. She doesn't need to practice all week, and she can come in and hit a strike like that. I have a feeling they maybe thought she was going to serve this ball in on that back post. They've been doing it all night. French tries to make the save, and she even hits the post on the follow through. Her body hits that post. What a strike by Tobin Heath.
Service from the far side is into the arms of Karina LeBlanc. And this is rare territory for Western New York, trailing here on its home field. Again, in the last 7 home games, they had allowed just 1 goal until that strike by Tobin Heath.
Exactly, let alone trailing. How about allowing a goal on this field and being behind? This is just an incredible situation for the Flash. And you saw the look on Tobin Heath's face there. She is fired up for this game, similar to last week.
Foul against the Flash, but we're playing advantage here. Mana Shin into space for Heath. Player down is Danielle Foxhoven on the far side. In the starting lineup, Alex Morgan, available only off the bench.
Another look at that play, just a tackle and maybe caught her with a little bit of the follow through by Angela Salem there after she got the ball.
So they tend to Foxhoven. Among the players just a bit busy on the near sideline was Alex Morgan, but as I say that, she now sits down on the bench. We're late in the first half. Foxhoven remains down.
I've seen Alex Morgan warm up twice now on that sideline. And we have to wonder if it depends on the situation of her team, if she's going to be coming in the game or not. Look at Abby. She's definitely the coach on the field, no doubt about it.
She wants this badly. A lot of friends, family here in the Rochester area here tonight. Really the strongest words she had yesterday. Nobody remembers the second place team. I remember that and how I felt after the 2011 World Cup. If her team gets the championship tonight, it will be a come-from-behind win. That's Tiffany Weimer getting busy on the sideline for Portland. Foxhoven standing on the far sideline now, and we'll get back underway. 43rd minute. The goal by Tobin Heath on an electrifying free kick, the difference so far in the match. The place became quiet somewhat quickly.
It's been non-stop noise since this game started. This is the quietest I've heard it.
This time the foul against Portland. Samantha Kerr. She's fouled by Rachel Bueller. It's Brittany Taylor. Already had a handful from roughly this distance in the first half. Most of them have been good.
Carly Lloyd in the box being marked by Bueller, not liking the contact.
Taylor once again, and this time reaching up for it is the 5'9" Karina LeBlanc. Allie Long near side. Heath sees it deflected away. Quick transition, Carly Lloyd for Huffman. Good move to get by Doherty. Huffman plays it into space, cleaned up by Bueller.
Well done by Huffman to cut inside there. Heath was tracking back for the double team, and she was able to beat both the players with that cut inside.
Wambach. She's been a handful on this left side of the field in the attacking area. Now taking on Doherty. Off Doherty, corner kick, well earned by Wambach.
She's done a good job, as always, using her body as well. She receives the ball with her back to the goal, but then uses that little push-off move to turn and face and really puts the defender on their heels.
Adriana, corner from the near side. Sahlen Stadium gets loud once again. Final moments of this first half. The Flash trailing by 1. Her corner swung to the far post. Whistle did blow before the contact was made. This will come Portland's way.
LeBlanc happy about that call. We saw quite a bit of contact in the mix there inside the 6-yard box. But Karina almost a little off guard here. Look at, she came out, wasn't going to get to the ball, and then had to backtrack onto her line. Lucky for her, Bueller got the call.
2 minutes of added time in this first half. Seven shots for each side. Tobin Heath with the one that found the back of goal. Nifty move by Heath, gets away from Lloyd. Anticipation by Huffman. Oh, she nearly created the chance.
Dangerous square ball out of the back there in that third of the field by Heath for that turnover.
Salem for Barzak. Barzak starting for the usual captain of this team, McCall Zerboni. Making her way back from injury. She's available on the Western New York bench. Wambach making a run. Punched away by LeBlanc. Huffman. Adriana for Salem. Little chip. But the whistle blows, and what do we have? Monashim is called for the foul.
That was interesting. It must have been after the ball was served in. And now the Flash with a very good opportunity here in stoppage time. You have to think Carly Lloyd is going to shoot.
Otherwise, it would likely be Taylor for the free kick.
That's definitely, Heath is definitely inside the 10 yards. You can see the referee trying to back that line up.
Barzak leaves it for Lloyd, plays it short. Deflected into the arms of Karina LeBlanc.
That surprises me from that range that Carly Lloyd did not take a shot, or a little tap and then a shot on net. We've seen her strike quite a few balls already this first half.
Final seconds of the first half. Adriana gets on the loose ball. Knocked away by Allie Long. Referee carries sights, peeks at the watch. Reynolds far side. Flash hoping for one more opportunity. It won't materialize. Kendra, your thoughts on the opening 45 minutes?
This half has been absolutely amazing. We've seen everything we've wanted to see on both ends, but again, it's the goalkeepers that have come up fabulous on both ends of the ball. French with an unable to make that save on the one goal, but what can you say about Tobin Heath? Not playing the entire week and coming off the bench and just lighting it up there with that shot.
A quick timeout on Fox Sports. Well played first half on both ends. Things were chippy, physical at times, and the one goal off the foot by Heath. 1-0. Portland has the lead in the title game. We're joined by Tom Sermani when we come back.
It is halftime in Rochester. The Portland Thorns in Western New York have the lead at the half. Tobin Heath with the game's lone goal. A reminder, women's international action coming up on Fox Sports 1 Tuesday, September 3rd in primetime, 8 p.m. Be with us as the United States takes on Mexico. And joining us now is the head coach of the U.S. national team, Tom Sermanni. Thank you for joining us. And the first thing, your impressions of the wonderful final that we're watching so far tonight.
It's been a fantastic game so far, you know, extremely competitive, extremely intense, and some great chances at either end. So, you know, it's got all the ingredients of a great game.
Obviously, the big game coming up on Tuesday against Mexico. We've seen quite a youth movement from you since you've taken over the head coaching job. What are you trying to get from bringing in some of these young players?
Well, at the moment, particularly in this year, it's a case of sort of looking at some players and then creating some a little bit more competition in amongst the squad, and just to see how these players fit in. And the time to do that is a couple of years out from the World Cup. So basically, we're just, you know, scanning across the board and seeing what players are out there.
None of the women who won gold in London 2012 seem ready to depart from this team, which is a good thing. They want to be back for the international games and the big games that lie ahead. Can you project how much turnover we might have from that group to upcoming World Cup qualifying?
Not at this stage, because, I mean, ultimately players are picked on performance. So for me, whether you're 18 or whether you're like Chrissy Rampo in 38, if you're good enough and you're playing well enough, then you'll get selected. So saying that, you know, it might be a very, very similar roster, or there might be several changes. I honestly don't really know at this stage.
And when we take a look at the roster that you've selected specifically for Tuesday's game, are there any surprises, anything specifically from this group that you're trying to accomplish?
Not really. I mean, as you can see, there's been quite a few changes from some of our past squads, but we've got a few injuries going into this game, and we've also got quite a few players playing overseas. And because of it just being a one-off game, we haven't called them back. But we've brought in a couple of players from the NWSL, and it'll be good to give them an opportunity and see how they can step up from, you know, the league soccer to international soccer.
Tom, can you speak specifically about how this league helps you as coach of the U.S. women's national team? Scouting must be much easier when you're able to do so in person, I'd imagine.
It certainly is. It'd be much easier if there's a couple of teams in Los Angeles, right enough. But it's been tremendous. It's been tremendous from a couple of angles. One is the way the national team players have actually played and the contribution that they've made to the league on the field, I think, has been outstanding, and that's very, very important. The second thing is that you know, it started to bring some players through as well. You know, some players that we're bringing into the squad next week, and other players have caught our eye, and, you know, hopefully they'll continue to improve you know, next year, and that will help again. So it helps strengthen the competition within our national team.
Well, we wish you good luck versus Mexico and a very busy, exciting year with the U.S. women's national team. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
That's Coach Tom Sermanni of the United States. Here, the story is 1-0 Portland. And one of Coach Sermanni's players, Tobin Heath, has the highlight of the opening 45 minutes. Halftime at Rochester. Portland Thorns FC with a 1-0 lead over Western New York. Tobin Heath did not score in 7 regular season games. She sure has in the playoffs.
She's lit it up the last 2 weeks, including tonight in the 40th minute. A laser of a shot, upper left-hand corner. French didn't have a chance on that one. She's made some beautiful saves, but this one just out of reach, and that gave Portland the 1-0 lead. And look at the excitement on her face.
She joined Portland after returning from Paris Saint-Germain in Europe. Will that hold up as the game winner? The second half is next on Fox Sports. Her goal is the difference so far. Tobin Heath on a free kick from distance. The game's 40th minute. The leaders for the Western New York Flash, Abby Wambach, Carly Lloyd at the center of the field as the second half gets underway, and Nikki Marshall deflects it away. Aaron Lyne's team, especially at home, has not faced adversity much at all this year. We said, if you get in trouble, who do you look to? He said Wambach, Lloyd, Brittany Taylor. Those are three right off the top. But Kendra, he loves everything about the makeup of his team in terms of being leaders.
Well, and he really listed someone on each line of this team, the front line, the middle, and the back line. And, of course, the goalkeeper really directing things from the way back. But he really didn't want to give any one person credit because he really felt like they've stepped up as a group this season. But the point you make about adversity is interesting because we heard from some of the Portland players yesterday. They felt exactly as you said. Western New York has not faced any adversity this season, especially recently, and the Portland Thorns think they have the advantage from that perspective. They've overcome a lot the last few weeks.
Boston, the only team to come away with a victory in this stadium. Portland Thorns leading at the half, have not lost this year. Heath ahead for Sinclair at Foxhoven on a run. Now, space here for Angie Kerr. Kerr maneuvers around Huffman, and a shot that just missed. Angie Kerr nearly doubles the lead.
And Huffman maybe got caught up a little too high on that left side. Look at Kerr with that run. She had so much space in front of her, and you can see Huffman trying to haul back there and track back. Kerr just missing. Over the top, over the crossbar.
The service from Sinclair. Samantha Kerr the other way for the Flash. Wambach. Into space. Adriana is denied. A pass from Carly Lloyd. Nearly drops in the 18. Adriana denied there by Nikki Marshall. Flash trying to keep something alive here. Wambach now, right side. Catherine Reynolds, the deep throw in for Western New York. Flicked by Wambach. Foxhoven tries to work it away. Let's go downstairs. Kate Margraf. Kate.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Coach Cohn for Portland Thorns, and she said she's very happy with their first half. But more importantly, in the second half, they need to prevent all service to Abby Wambach, not let her set play. And then I asked her if Alex Morgan will be coming in. And again, she was continually cagey, but right now I see her warming up. I see her getting assignments on who she's going to mark and where she's going to go for corner kicks. I would not be surprised if we see her come into this game.
Hasn't played since the first week of August. Interesting to see what she has. She went through practice yesterday. Will be in Washington with the U.S. women's team versus Mexico 3 days from now. Carly Lloyd trying to spring Wambach. That's a great ball. Abby brought down by Kat Williamson. Carrie Seitz, yellow card for Williamson, and a free kick for the Flash.
I wasn't even sure she blew the whistle for a minute there because I couldn't hear what was going on. And I'm thinking, should she not even call a foul there? But what a beautiful ball out of the back and off to the races, and a yellow card for Williamson.
Is she denied a clear goal-scoring opportunity because the Flash here are arguing red and ejection from the game?
And they're still having a conversation with the head referee here. Look at this. A clear path to the goal, it looks like to me, because all you had right there were two Portland defenders tracking Abby Wambach. She wanted a PK in that situation and said they're going to get a dead ball just outside the 18, maybe about 22, 23 yards out. I could see the clear path argument in that situation.
LeBlanc stares down Carly Lloyd. Free kick. This is practically dead center. Lloyd with the strike, and it goes wide.
Well wide of the goal. I thought it might have even been deflected. It was so far wide. But instead, it's a goal kick. Take another look at this dead ball. She clearly is trying to go for that left side netting. She knows LeBlanc's ability to make saves. But well wide on that chance for Carly Lloyd.
Her signature, big moments in big games. Go back to the Olympics in 2012. Both goals in the final kept off the score sheet, as has her entire team been to this point. 51st minute. Alex Morgan clearly wants in the game. Will she get her chance?
Well, we know the competitive nature of these players. They want to be in any game, especially a championship. I think it's interesting that Kate said she's getting some assignments. That's something we really didn't see last week. It could be a step in the direction that she may be stepping on this field tonight.
Sahlen for Reynolds. Samantha Kerr. Drop back, Estelle Johnson. Abby Wambach fouled just outside the 18, or at least contact was made. And the Flash's leading goal scorer slow to her feet.
And again, it was Williamson coming in hard from behind as Abby tries to receive that ball from Taylor. I mean, and clearly, it looks like Williamson just goes right after her, right from the knees, and looks like she has a bloody lip. She's running to the sideline here. But I could see why Abby went down on that play. She went right through both of her knees and the back of her legs to try to keep Abby from controlling that ball in.
And I said foul. The referee does not. Carrie Seitz a throw-in from the far side here for the Flash.
Well, if she saw the replay we did, she might change her mind, but she doesn't have that ability. Obviously, she's trying to make these decisions in real time.
Salem ahead. Pass for Adriana. Broken up and played back to Estelle Johnson.
And remember, Portland down a man right here in the back with Williamson on the sideline.
Williamson playing with a yellow card already. Angie Kerr, far side. Backtracking to take that away. Sarah Huffman.
If I'm the Flash, I'm trying to take advantage of that, knowing Williamson's on the sideline.
Remember, Williamson playing with a yellow card. Not even called for the foul on that second exchange with Wambach. A lot of the fans in Kansas City thought Allie Long got away with one before she scored the game-winning goal last week.
Well, we asked her yesterday about any tweets that she got after her game of such a phenomenal game last weekend, and she continued to tell us about some of the negative tweets she got of people that said she should have gotten a red card.
Amy Barzak in the midfield for the Flash. Adriana. Lloyd tries to seek out Samantha Kerr. It drops for Reynolds. Carly Lloyd, bump by Sham. Shot off the left foot into the arms of Karina LeBlanc.
Let's go!
54th minute. It remains a one-goal lead for Portland. Substitutions coming from the Western New York side. And the very popular McCall Zerboni, who played only the last 11 minutes of the semifinal, comes on and she replaces Barzak. She has more offensive flair to her game.
She does, and I think nothing against Barzak. She's done a tremendous job in filling in and stepping up and really shown herself this season. But Zerboni, you're right, just brings a different element to this squad.
Suffered a right calf strain a few weeks ago, and on in a very big spot with the championship on the line here tonight. Kate Margraf is downstairs. Kate.
Well, not only is she making her presence known with her first touch being a tackle, but secondly, she brings that experience that they need right now. She has won championships here in Rochester in the WPS last year. They need that. She is the former captain who lost her captaincy when she got injured. Look for her to play a big role tonight.
She's good on set pieces as well, is she not, Kate?
She is good on set pieces, but you know, she's not only a destroyer and a great shield in front of that back line, but she also can create in link passes. She can play both sides of the ball, and she's a little bit more valuable than Barzak at this moment.
Allie Long with the push on Carly Lloyd. Fans wanted a foul called. We play on. Sinclair heads it out wide. Tobin Heath. Alex Morgan is up. She's taken the warm-up off. Let's see if she's coming in. It appears she is. For the Flash, Angela Salem.
You had to know head coach Cindy Parlow-Cohn was not going to be happy with a 1-0 game. She's not satisfied. She knows that this is not safe. A 1-0 lead is not safe, and she wants Morgan in there.
Carly Lloyd floats one towards goal into the arms of LeBlanc. Now there's Wambach tangled up again. What do we have? It's a yellow card. That's Kat Williamson, and that's her second. She's done. Kat Williamson ejected from the match in the 56th minute.
We're going to have to take another look at that one because clearly that was well off the ball. That was Abby Wambach heading into the box to try to get on the end of this cross, and we only catch the very tail end of it, but she clearly went down right on the 18 and gets up and takes a look at that referee. And maybe the least amount of trip up that we've seen all night, but I think Abby just finally had enough of it. She went down on that slight bit of contact, and she gets the call here. Williamson out with the red.
So the plot thickens. Again, the free kick is dead center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the wall. Carly Lloyd strikes. Loose in the 18 and cleared away.
And you can see several of the Flash players on the other side of that wall trying to get anything that snuck through. Portland able to clear.
Reynolds. Service from the near side. Adriana with the header. More bodies are tangled up. That was Mana Shim, this time with Wambach. Wambach argues her case again. Western New York playing 11 versus 10. After the second yellow card to Kat Williamson. High pressure here from the Flash.
Interesting little battle there between two U.S. Women's National Team players of Carly Lloyd right on Tobin Heath's heels.
Adriana, far side for the Flash. Adriana floats it across and LeBlanc is there.
And you got Mana Shim marking Abby Wambach, which I'm not exactly sure on that. And it looked like Abby tried to make a quick move back to goal, and Shim maybe got in her way just a little bit and tripped her up, but I don't know if the referee's going to make that call again, twice in a row.
Sinclair making her run, taken instead by the Flash. Reynolds for Estelle Johnson. Twisting and turning is Tobin Heath. Shim for Long. Long out wide. Foxhoven quickly on this. Here's Danielle Foxhoven cutting it to the center of the field and blocked away. Brittany Taylor filled the lane. Still battling Foxhoven. Sinclair looks for space. Zerboni tries to clean up and does. Here's the counter for the Flash. Lloyd, far side. Adriana gets the cross away, punched away by LeBlanc. And Long clears it away. This ball stays in play for Kerr.
This is a game end to end. We have no time to even talk and elaborate on the efforts.
Sinclair, far side, flag stays down. Christine Sinclair gets the ball to Kerr. Closed down and earns the corner.
Portland is all over that, trying to get that ball out quickly. Obviously, we saw the Flash go end to end from their box to the other. LeBlanc with another great save. Flash, nobody getting on that second chance, and then the Portland Thorns off to the races.
They're going to make their substitution now, and it's not Alex Morgan. Let's go downstairs. Kate Margraf. Kate?
Now they're bringing in Tina Ellerson, an experienced women national team player. Fast, she'll come in at center back, physical, knows how to play against Wambach. But more than anything, this is a player they called on the roster 3.5 weeks ago because they were a little slim in certain spots and they needed her speed. Now she's being called upon to try to preserve this league. But for me, for the referee, she needs to get control of the game. Carrie Sykes, she needs to start pulling cards for players that are diving. Some of these fouls are not fouls, and players are making the most of it.
Kate, thank you. So Tobin Heath exits. It's Kerr who takes the corner and punched away. by A.D. French. Corner will come from the opposite side.
And another dangerous ball in. This time, look at that, kind of bending back towards the goal on that one. Good play by French to knock that over, but another corner kick.
Needed the other defender on the field with Williamson out of the game.
I think that's got to be the reason for the switch. I'm still a little bit surprised that it's Heath coming off. I know we were going to see how her foot was doing, but she looked pretty fabulous to me in that first half.
Well, she told Kate just before the second half began that at some point early in the half, Heath would come out. This ball drops loose and cleared off the line by the Flash. Sinclair quickly on it again. Bueller plays it in. And Sahlen gets it away. Sarah Huffman quickly on this.
Another dangerous ball. Those corners really curving in. Look at that, saved off the line with the header. It could have just as easily been a 2-0 game for the Thorns, but Reynolds comes through on the line.
So Tina Ellertson slots right into that central defender role, vacated by Williamson after she was ejected from the game.
And obviously, as Kate said, Ellertson has all the credentials as far as stepping on this field and knowing what to do, but you have to wonder from a communication standpoint. She's only been here for a few weeks. That might make a difference with that back line.
Stay in the loop on all things NWSL by following us on Twitter at NWSL and liking us on Facebook. The championship game from Rochester tonight in the inaugural NWSL season with Kendra de St. Aubin, Kate Margraf. I'm Steve Cangelosi. Tobin Heath, who's been subbed out of the match with the game's only goal on a wonderful free kick late in the first half. Kat Williamson, the Portland defender, a second yellow card. Her team is playing with 10, trying to hold on and win the championship. Wambach for Salem. Pumped out wide, Adriana. Wambach. Nearly had it back from Lloyd. Blocked away. Kendra, did it go off and on? Looked close.
What? It did. It did look pretty close. It's always tough to see if that was up near her chest or if it did catch her arm on this play. And look at Carly Lloyd trying to flick it over. And even from that angle, tough to tell if it was her chest on the right side there or her arm. But either way, it's a no call.
She had just 3 regular season games with this team. Tina Ellertson was not even signed until the 31st of July. Portland will have this. We're in the 64th minute. Wambach.
Whoops.
Return pass by Samantha Kerr is off the mark.
And here's another look, a different angle at what, ooh, that looks like it maybe did catch a bit of her bicep on that one for a handball.
Here's Sinclair getting on this off service from Foxhoven, gets the shot away, and it's just wide, but the flag went up.
It is almost impossible to hear the whistle here. This crowd has been unbelievable all night long. They packed the stands, and they are a rowdy group. And look at this ball again. And it is, I think, Sinclair just maybe a half a step. It's always tough from that angle. We're not right even with that play, but maybe just a half step offside.
Assistant referee is roughly 50 yards away.
Right on the other side of the field.
Zerboni twisting, turning in the midfield. Dances away from Foxhoven, gives to Reynolds. The Flash need to score, or their championship dream dies in regulation here before their home fans.
They're going to say another foul on this sideline as Taylor comes over to take this dead ball. keep an eye on Abby Wambach on the box, not just because of the heading ability, but also see if she goes down in the box once again from some contact.
Taylor, free kick, Western New York. To the far post, Wambach. Still loose. And poked over the crossbar by LeBlanc. Corner kick, Adriana will take it.
Wambach gets up for that first ball on that beautiful ball in by Taylor, and it's Carly Lloyd on the second. LeBlanc tips it over for the corner kick.
Tension builds in Western New York. Adriana swings this in. Johnson, who goes up for it, come back the other way for a goal kick. "12 shots in the match for the Flash, 10 for Portland. Tobin Heath's goal still standing up midway through the second half. LeBlanc puts it on a platter for Adriana. Well played out wide, picks up Huffman. Ellertson cleans that up, Kerr. It's Sinclair all alone up top. Portland again playing with 10. Foxhoven. Pressure from Salem. And taken away by Nikki Marshall. She's fouled. Alex Morgan was a few seconds, it appeared, from getting into the match.
She was literally standing at the sideline as we take another look at this foul by Angela Salem. Just a little bit late, she follows through on that tackle and takes out Marshall on that left back spot.
Yellow card happened, and Cindy Parlow-Cone really had no choice but to pull her back.
It's tough, though, because as we said, when she stood up to come in the game, you do not feel comfortable against this Western New York Flash team with a 1-goal lead, but you need some of that defensive firepower in Ellertson. But you can't quit trying to score either if you're Portland.
Wambach lays this off. Carly Lloyd near side. Lloyd's service to the top of the 18. Ellertson trying to defend that away from the onrushing Wambach. This is off the Flash. It's a goal kick. So much time left to play with 10.
A lot of space to cover for Portland in that back line with all those runners coming through, and you can see Ellertson really trying to get some oomph on that header and clear it, and it goes off Abby.
Here's Long defending it away from Carly Lloyd.
And another tackle way back here at midfield. I'm kind of wondering, and you can see Carly Lloyd wanting a yellow, and Allie Long kind of walking away and putting her hand up in the air like, no way. But, you know, it's a tough spot to commit a foul all the way at midfield. She's not dangerous right there.
This is Brittany Taylor. Her team continuing to trail, floats it towards goal, off the crossbar, still alive at the 18. Oh, what a tricky ball for Karina LeBlanc.
We heard Kate talk several times about Taylor, and she said she's one of the best people at serving in balls that she's ever seen, and right there we saw her put it on frame, and it caught LeBlanc off guard.
Doherty for Angie Kerr.
Unfortunately for the Flash, another time where nobody's on that second ball.
Whoa. Zerboni is hammered in the midfield by Allie Long.
And you can see the referee immediately waving the trainers on. You can see her laying on the field right there. After that collision with Allie Long on that header. And immediately calling for the trainers.
A violent challenge. No yellow card has been issued yet by Carrie Seitz. Concern now is from McCall Zerboni.
Well, and sometimes, and look at her just bounce back up. It was like, and it actually looked like Allie Long on that replay did go straight up for that header, but you had McCall going forward. And it's just one of those instances where you catch someone in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Honestly, to me, that play did not look dirty. It looked like Allie Long did a great job going up and trying to get that header, and Zerboni just came right into it. Neither player was at fault there, in my opinion.
Alex Morgan will get her chance, Kendra. She comes on in the 71st minute. Danielle Foxhoven comes out. Alex Morgan's 8 goals, tied with Christine Sinclair for the team lead, tied for 4th best in the NWSL this year. Free kick flash. Hammered right back. Taylor stepping up. Far side, Samantha Kerr got a touch on it. Able to keep it alive. The 19-year-old plays it across, far post, and it's headed wide.
And look at the attraction that Abby caused on that. All 3 or 4 players for Portland were near or on Abby. There was 2 players for Western New York wide open on that back post if they could have gotten to that flick.
Vicky DiMartino comes on to replace Sarah Huffman, the 21-year-old striker. She's scored twice this year. Morgan is up top in a striker's position, as one would expect her to be, as this is cleared away. It's Sinclair now who's a bit more withdrawn on the field. Angela Sahlen for the Flash. Wambach turns. Lifts one into the 18. Waiting for it as LeBlanc mishandles and now recovers. Almost a costly gaffe by Karina LeBlanc. The yellow card comes out for Adriana.
Adriana pleading her case there and even wanting to go over and talk to LeBlanc. She looks completely confused by that yellow card. As you see this ball played in, and LeBlanc comes out and she's trying to field it. Now, the yellow might be because if you look at Adriana, she comes in a little bit with her cleat up as she goes into LeBlanc. That may be what the yellow is for, but you can't blame Adriana for wanting to go hard into LeBlanc there because she was taking a couple touches. You're not going to mess around with that if you're Western New York. You're down 1-0 late in the game here. You're trying to get something going, and LeBlanc took more than one touch. You're going to go after it.
Salem on this. Errant pass as more time ticks away. We're approaching the 75th minute. Portland's had the lead since late first half. Let's go downstairs to Kate Margraf. Kate.
Well, Western New York is trying to get a goal back and tie this game, and they're doing that by changing formation. They're now in a 3-4-3. The substitution, DiMartino, has come in as an outside mid, and they only have 3 in the back, looking to put more pressure on the Portland Thorns, who's the man down.
And conceding the corner kick is Ellertson. The Flash get to work.
They're trying to do a little bit of a quick restart here. She was waiting for her teammates to get in the box and trying to restart quickly.
Adriana's service punched away by LeBlanc. To the foot of Angela Sahlen. Cuts around one defender. Ball still deflected, kept alive. Lloyd plays it in the air. It's loose in the 6-yard box. Turnaround shot is fired wide.
And I believe that was DiMartino just coming off the bench there and sneaking up that left side. Salem trying a couple moves there in tight spaces, and that ball just getting bounced around. Portland unable to completely clear it. She gets a foot on it. Oh, look at that near post effort.
The Boston College product nearly with the game-tying goal. DiMartino. The shot disparity, it's now 16-8 in favor of the home side, but they seek the elusive goal that would tie the match. Sahlen.
That's a lot of space for Carly Lloyd right there.
Lloyd plays it ahead. It's defended away by Rachel Bueller. Taking charge in the middle, and LeBlanc won't concede the corner.
I think Lloyd's first touch wasn't as clean as she would have liked it right there because she had a lot of space when she turned. I'm surprised she didn't get a shot off. She's got a pretty quick trigger.
Estelle Johnson out of the back. This deflects here for Alex Morgan. Far side, Kerr.
It's nice to see that she's not afraid to take some people on there. It's her first couple touches in game action in quite some time as we take a look at the knee brace on the left knee with the MCL sprain. Not afraid to take anybody on right there.
Also playing one woman down. Boy, it's hard to just let her go, too.
All she needs is one ball in behind her over the top.
Reynolds, that pass is off the mark. Throw in here for Portland, Nikki Marshall. We're in the final quarter hour. The winner claims the first NWSL championship. Taylor for the flash, fires it off Alex Morgan. The world's all-time leading goal scorer, Abby Wambach, and the United States women's national team welcome Mexico to the nation's capital for our international friendly on Tuesday, September 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern at RFK Stadium. Get your tickets today by visiting ussoccer.com.
And you can see Abby yelling all the way from up top. A couple miscues there by the marking backs.
Sinclair for Morgan. Alex keeps the cross slow, and it's defended away by Estelle Johnson. Now the counter. It was fired up high on Mana Shim. Can she get to this loose ball? Way off her line is French, who takes no chances.
Her teammates seemed pretty confident because nobody was going back to cover the goal there as she came off her line to clear that ball out.
Shim hardly shaken up. Just a little rub of the cheek. It keeps going. McCall Zerboni for the Flash. No one's defeated Western New York since the 11th of July. Zerboni over the top, flag goes up on Vicky DiMartino. It went up late as the shot was fired wide.
I was wondering at first when the ball was played if she was offside, but as I saw the flag stay down and it looked like DiMartino kind of timed her run there, I thought she was going to be in. But instead, you're right, a late flag coming from the linesman here.
Cindy Parlow-Cone has one more substitution available. If her team protects the one-goal lead for a dozen minutes in stoppage time, they're the champions of the National Women's Soccer League. Sinclair tries to find Alex Morgan. Now Christine Sinclair following up on her own. Able to play this for Morgan. Top of the 18. And Sahlen back to clear it away. This is off Allie Long. Substitution, and that's all. The final sub from the Portland side, it will be Courtney Wetzel. And Angie Kerr is done for the night. That's an attacking midfielder replaced by a defender.
Well, exactly, and I don't expect Portland to completely pack it in here defensively because they know it's still just one goal, but they're also already short a man, missing their center back with the red card.
Sinclair, her team leading by 1. Zerboni disrupted that. Sinclair back for Allie Long. The calls are bony all over the field now.
We haven't said Kerr's name much in the second half here. Sam Kerr for Western New York Flash. She's staying wide on high on this right side. She keeps raising her hand. I think she wants a big switch here. She wants to get in on the action.
DiMartino far side, defended away by Portland. Here's Sahlen. Alex Morgan, the only player up high now for Portland. Taylor, this ball gets through. Opportunity here. Adriana with a blast and deflected away off Bueller. Quick counterattack by Portland. Long. Oh, Morgan had stopped her run.
And you can see the communication of the back line there between Reynolds and Estelle Johnson saying hold the line here as we take another look at this Western New York Flash attempt. Great effort by Adriana trying to get that one on frame.
Wambach drops this into space. Carly Lloyd gives it a go.
You see the dip on that ball at the end of that shot. That is why Carly Lloyd turns and shoots, and she can catch people off guard.
You can cut the tension with a knife now. 82nd minute, corner kick. Adriana from the near side. Swung out. Ellertson. Throw in for the Flash. Estelle Johnson played in. The Flash playing 11 versus 10. Going up top, Adriana. Pass intended for her, cleared away. Nikki Marshall to the foot of Sinclair. Well played for Allie Long. They use the width of the field. Courtney Wetzel embraces this ball on the far side, and the Thorns move forward as more precious time ticks away. Let's go downstairs to Kate.
I hear Coach Lyons keep asking her team to get wide, play it wide. And if you notice, all their attacks have been straight down the middles, so direct, and that's so easy for the defense of the Thorns to predict where the ball is going to go and defend it. If they get a little bit wider, they can stretch the Thorns' whole entire team out, and they're already a man down, creating more time and space for Wambach and company to get on the ball.
Kate, thanks. We'll look for it. Wetzel ahead. That's Morgan in the corner. Deflected away off the Flash. Alex Morgan's first appearance in 3.5 weeks. Trying to help Portland close down the championship. Goal kick for Western New York. They'll go to the bench now for the final time. Jody Ann Robinson to replace Samantha Kerr.
Number 4, Samantha Kerr, replaced by number 23, Jody Ann Robinson.
Canadian national scored once in 13 appearances. Already down one player. Allie Long has gone to the sideline for Portland. Equipment change, Kendra? Well, let's go downstairs to Kate. Kate.
Allie Long ran off the field and yelling at her trainer, my sock, my sock, my sock. So now Portland is down to 9 players. Can Western New York move the ball quickly and expose the fact that they're down 2 players?
Catherine Reynolds on the attack. Sinclair staying close. Closes it down, and now defending this corner kick. Allie Long has to wait for the signal to be allowed back on. And she's back now. It's a deep throw-in. No corner.
And the referee saying, I did not signal you to come on the field. And it looked like the 4th referee on the sideline was telling, trying to yell after her, saying, we didn't get permission for you to come back now. But Coach Lyons not happy with this slowing down the game either, and the clock is still ticking.
Now the referee sights, waves Long onto the field, and here we go. 86th minute, Portland trying to hang on for dear life and claim the title. Adriana recalls Zerboni. Lays this off for Sahlen. Adriana! Some contact in the box. No call, we play on. As a defender, you can only go so far. I think that was about the maximum.
I think so too. It looked like Nikki Marshall came in just a little bit late on that. That wasn't your typical shoulder-to-shoulder challenge when the offensive player is getting ready to receive the ball and not expecting that contact.
Angela Sahlen, Western New York, needs a goal. Catherine Reynolds, near side. Jodianne Robinson, Sinclair in the middle of this challenge, clears it away. Estelle Johnson. Morgan battling on the far side for Portland. Kept alive, Vicky DiMartino. And headed away by Ellertson. The Flash moving forward. 87th minute in Rochester.
I was surprised she didn't try to bring that one down with her foot right there. Abby's so good with her head, but she looked like she had a little bit of time.
Adriana to the top of the box, headed away. Sahlen quickly on this for the Flash. Alex Morgan backtracking to defend. A goal kick for Portland. Benches for each side have been emptied. No more substitutions for either team.
As the clock winds down, I was kind of gonna start to wonder if Portland was gonna have the energy because of the double overtime game in the Heat last week, the mental, physical toll it took. And now they're a man down and they still look pretty good.
Adrenaline factor carrying them now. And in the process of doing this, they have kept the highest scoring team in NWSL without a goal through 87.5 minutes.
And now the referee is telling Long she's got to take her necklace off that she's been wearing the entire game. It's always weird timing.
Bueller's free kick. Tries to seek out Alex Morgan. It's off the Flash.
And again, they're saying she's got to step off the field before she can come back on. And now somebody's getting a yellow card.
It's Long for wasting time. Here's Marshall with the throw-in.
The yellow card has been issued to Portland's number 10.
Coach Lyons continues to look at that clock.
Sinclair out wide for Morgan. Two great international players trying to play kill the clock. Wambach trying to get on this. She's denied. Abby flicks it ahead. Jodianne Robinson. Ellertson staying close to her. Carly Lloyd tripped up in the midfield, foul, but it's an advantage. Flash moving forward. Lloyd slowly back to her feet as that pass is taken away. Zerboni drops it back. Here's Carly Lloyd. Played out wide. Reynolds. 90th minute underway at Sahlen Stadium. Curls one into the 18. Bueller heads it away. Sinclair near side. Nikki Marshall just gets rid of it. The referee cites, now with the yellow card, does she have Tina Ellertson for this?
I have no idea, because she didn't make anyone come right up in front. I'm not sure who on that play got the yellow card. Whew.
Indeed, it's Tina Ellertson who picks up the caution. Here's Zerboni's pass. Booted out of harm's way by Allie Long. The all-important decision on stoppage time about to be revealed.
And they're looking for a ball from one of the ball girls. Now you're going to have two balls on the field.
Catherine Reynolds. 5 minutes posted on the near side. Wambach tries to drop this in for the on-rushing Brittany Taylor, but knocked away. Johnson plays this forward. Into space, Carly Lloyd for the Flash. Able to cut this back. Lloyd plays it out wide. Reynolds calling for it near side. Gets the cross away. Bueller tries to flick it away. LeBlanc has got it.
You can see Carly Lloyd working her magic, heading towards the goal, trying to find a space to get a shot off. She cut 2 or 3 times here. Found Reynolds on the outside in the open space and a low-driven ball in. The Flash unable to get on the end of it.
Zerboni plays it ahead. DiMartino is denied. It's knocked away. Possession here is for Portland Thorns FC. Still for Portland, an excruciating 4 minutes left. And for the Flash, it needs to happen now for them. Throw in the direction of Alex Morgan, defended away. Roughly 3.5 minutes to go. Morgan near side. Oh, she's got Sinclair on a run. Christine Sinclair trying to put it away. Sinclair scores! Christine Sinclair giving Portland a 2-0 advantage, and that just might seal the first National Women's Soccer League title.
And you can see the look right there on Adriana French's face. Maybe just caught sleeping in the back. I understand you're pushing forward and you need to get a goal, but that was off of a throw-in. That wasn't a turnover. That was a throw-in in your own half. And Alex Morgan finds Christine Sinclair. Reynolds maybe just pushing up a little too high. And Sinclair puts it away.
2 of the world's great strikers combined. Adriana floats one across. One back, heads one just wide of a diving Karina LeBlanc. That almost triggered the drama once again.
It did, and I guarantee you if Western New York would have been able to score on that effort there by Abby, they would have really been kicking in themselves for that defensive letdown of the previous play. LeBlanc diving to make sure that far post was covered.
18 shots for the Flash tonight, only 6 of them on goal. Foul against Rachel Bueller. Quick restart, Zerboni puts it down. About 2 minutes to play. Brittany Taylor, straight for LeBlanc. It was the Portland goalkeeper who said, "We go into this final believing in each other more than at any other time this season." Why not after what happened last week and how they've responded, especially playing one down in the second half?
Being down 2 goals last week and coming back to win that game might have been the best thing that happened to them all season. With Tobin Heath and Alex Morgan on the bench, they found out that they can get it done, and they did it here again tonight so far with just over a minute left to play.
Lloyd and the Flash need to work quickly. Punched ahead. Carly Lloyd gets it back. Return pass. Jodianne Robinson just by Vicky DiMartino. And more time. And the hopes of the crowd here in Western New York begin to slowly drift away in this final minute. Great crowd on hand tonight in Rochester, and some beginning to exit.
I have a feeling those fans are filing out, but if you see, they're kind of headed over to the fences there. I think they want to get up and close and personal, you know, with the visiting team and the home team on their way out.
There's an animated section on the left side, right behind A.D. French, filled with Portland supporters. As you might imagine, they're jumping up and down nonstop. They sense the title just seconds away. Alex Morgan into the corner. They're a long way from home, a lot of them. Some 3,000 miles to upstate New York. The final seconds in Rochester take away the first NWSL championship to Portland.
What a job by the Portland Thorns to head out on the road. We talked about the battle before the game. We've got the best home record and we've got the best road record matching up here tonight. We knew it was going to be a good one, and somehow the Thorns pull out the W, even a man down for a good part of the second half.
Allie Long was the hero last week to get this team to the final. We've got much more to do on Fox Sports. The NWSL trophy presentation and more from Western New York coming up. Portland Thorns FC claims the title. A 2-0 victory on the road against the Western New York Flash. We're back in just a moment.
Those are the Portland fans who made the long journey from the Pacific Northwest. The first ever National Women's Soccer League title to Portland Thorns FC. To do it, they needed to come in the toughest place in the league to win a game this year. Cindy Parlow-Cone, two-time Olympic gold medalist, celebrating a championship in her first year. A lot of people looked at the two teams that we saw tonight, saw the players that were allocated to them, and said, well, yeah, I could see that these will be the two powerhouse teams in NWSL. But what separates them in the end?
Well, I think it comes back to that sheer willpower. We saw the leadership of Abby. We know what an incredible leader she is, and of course Carly Lloyd as well. And Coach Lyons saying this veteran leadership is one of the best that he's ever seen on any team he's coached. But somehow in the end, the Portland Thorns found a way. They took advantage of their opportunities, and they never gave up. They fought back. They fought through some of the criticism throughout the regular season, and they found a way to win here tonight.
Abby Wambach and the Flash had a warm reception from the fans in the near grandstand here during our commercial break, saluting them. But there's Tobin Heath. Not a single practice all week. Subbed out mid-second half and has the highlight of the evening, certainly. The moment Abby Wambach told us yesterday she wanted to avoid. Second place.
She did, and you can see she grabs the medal, second place medal, and immediately takes it off of her neck and walks back. It's a feeling that as a competitor, she doesn't like to have any time. Nobody ever remembers who finishes second place. You know that she's not happy with the results here tonight. Of course, she did everything she could, and so did her teammates.
Christine Sinclair gets the championship medal handed to her by the executive director of NWSL, Cheryl Bailey. Here's Sinclair. Won the title here with Western New York 3 years ago. Tobin Heath will not be part of that U.S. game against Mexico coming up on September 3rd. Tom Sermani was very wary of the foot injury she was coping with even before the one she sustained last week. And there's the championship trophy. Hoisted high, the Portland Thorns FC, the inaugural title winners. The highlights of tonight's match. Here's the first goal, Tobin Heath.
Tobin Heath, of course, as you said, hadn't played or trained in a week, and what a laser. She just steps right up to this, bound and determined to get this on frame, and French unable to make the save as she's made so many great ones before that effort, and that put them on the board 1-0 late in the first half.
Abby Wambach came into the game with 11 goals, tangled up with Kat Williamson. Second yellow card, and you think maybe this is the turning point for the Flash.
Well, Williamson gets the red card, but she's lucky that maybe the foul was committed just outside of the box. Not a chance there for the Flash to put that one in the back of the net. And then it was Alex Morgan, maybe a bit of a miscue by the Flash, getting a little bit lackadaisical on defense. Reynolds was pushing up pretty high. Morgan on a throw and is able to find Sinclair. That really sealed the deal there in the 90th minute to give the Portland Thorns a 2-0 lead.
So the two great strikers combined for the exclamation point on the match. Fox Sports has been proud to be part of this inaugural season of the National Women's Soccer League. Only one champion, and it comes from the Pacific Northwest, Portland Thorns FC, a 2-0 winner here tonight. For Kendra D. St. Aubin, Kate Margraff, and our entire Fox Sports crew, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you in the 2014 NWSL campaign. Just the second defeat suffered by the league runners-up, the Western New York Flash, comes tonight in the title game. Christine Sinclair and Portland Thorns, the champions tonight, with this 2-1, 2-0 victory. I'm Steve Cangelosi. Good night from Western New York.